Liquid. But they go Juicing and High Loss together. Sanji looked very happy with the trade that they got in the center.
This is, I think they're very well capable of, because of these picks, fighting into the real world manipulation if they want to.
Alice actually still open. There's either the Alice or Yuzhong for me. I just, for Falcons, they need big AoE, really good dive. Oh, even the Sora's open if they want even more damage.
With no threat of a Valentina.
Yeah, with no threat of a Valentina over there. Still, some players are not that fond of picking up the Sora against the Phobias.
That's right. I was just going to say,
yeah.
So I prefer the other two. I would rather Alice or Yuzhong. Just clear straight lines through the back.
Yeah. Unless that Hilda's already going EXP, but up against the Phobias. Very meh.
Could be the swerve.
Lapu. Still, it's one of the heroes that we posted earlier. You need that strong, big sense of burst against heroes that are squishy and love to entry. This is the time for Falcons to take a game. Seems like the draft has evolved and it has gotten to the point where now even Liquid acknowledged that they couldn't just go ahead and pick up the Paquito again, because Falcons would have been ready for that. So they had to be proactive in changing things up. But you saw Liquid a little bit slower with their decisions in the draft here. A lot more thinking. This is the best shot for the Falcons to turn it around.
Yeah, Falcons can make this happen again with this kind of pressure that they have with Ogrun on the Hilda, like we've seen before. You know, you should be able to go ahead and get a good early game starting. Not only that, but allowing Super Marco to, wow, they're already duking it out. This is what we've seen actually between the gold laners in the current meta, just doing their own thing, fighting each other, potentially going for the 1v1 plays like we've seen early on. That's not going to happen here. Flap, like you mentioned with the Lapu move, going to be pretty big here. It does get the XP.
Yeah.
Wow, the crowd appreciates the micro superiority that Flap showed in that sequence.
Yeah, cross the blades.
On the backswing is when he got it.
Yeah. There is that second proc of damage going back. Little underrated thing about the Lapu. I also like the little micro capability showing from Sanji. The fact that he got the lift on the Hilda but decided not to bring it closer to them because it would have messed up the Juicing and the High Loss together.
Yep.
Just kept it up there, you know?
This is why we were saying, you know, micro just as important as the macro, and I feel like, you know, in just a year or two ago or seasons ago when it was so much macro, and that's why utility was the case. Now you have so many intricacies to the current meta.
And as we approach the first turtle, an important part of the whole micro discussion is it's not just what you're capable of doing, it's when you do it. And Liquid have always been doing it in the right timing, so much better than Falcons in this series alone. Turtle started up.
Turtle's here, half health already. Team Falcons has clear control of this one.
And in comes Flap, diving in, RWM by Haji, swipe it away, immaculate timing, down goes JP, 40 foes as well, and Sanji just barely gets away the flicker from Haji, the machine, but off camera. How the hell did Carl Teasy steal the turtle? Haji finds the hamster mage, but still, what was that steal?
Falcons did everything right, but Kyle just couldn't win the retry against Carl. Carl, what the hell are you made of? Goat milk, it looks like.
Okay, man, he's made of using this, the real cool in beast moves. Our Infinix hand cam for the GT50 Pro. Helps him secure it, but also part of this, again, this is the elusiveness of a Harley. You're able to go ahead and even if your team fight is not there, you have a chance to go ahead and space on time through, get that retry off, make it happen.
He's so sly, he's so cunning.
Yeah.
He didn't even die.
He didn't die.
Since the cooldowns were kind of off, it seems like Kyle uses Retribution way after the fact. So I was thinking that maybe Falcons just said, don't try to retry the turtle, maybe try to last hit it through your skills, but then use your retry to slow down Carl and try to take him down instead.
Which is, in hindsight, a micro mistake.
Yeah. Like
they just should have kept it for the big one.
Yeah, I think they were a little bit too greedy in making sure that they could get a kill on that Harley to stop the tempo. Is it devastating to the point where they've lost the early game? No, they're still in control and they will still have the same resultant advantage for the next turtle since they spawns in the bottom side.
Yeah.
Whoop. In comes Kyle, compromising JP. There's a taunt. RWM coming up. JP goes down. Lazy whip by Teddy. But Marco does not back down, and Marco might get taken down here. Oh, the flicker back. Marco barely lives.
Good use of the flicker there to stay alive. Great rotation from Team Falcons to make a move up top.
Yeah, the important thing there was JP eating up all the damage. because Falcons used their combo to take the high loss down, I believe the taunt coming in from the Fredrin was just not available. They didn't even have enough abilities to chip away at Teddy, and he gets away scot-free. Turtle number 2.
Yeah, just again with this Haji on the eve, so on point so far. Second turtle gonna be up.
Oh, Flap round 2, dives in with the Brave Spider. Looking for one, already used a Crimson Beacon on Sanji, and finally the retribution is good for Falcons.
Yeah, we'll secure the objective, looking for a fight here.
There's the Glorious Pathway. JP disincentivizing forward momentum from Falcons. Up top though, there's a duel. Carl Teasy dropping that deadly magics on Marco. Marco holding his ground.
Oh, the river is up. Carl Teasy will have a space escape, but Hilda's there. Oh, I thought that Haji would be going with him. Falcons have slowed things down to a pace that TLPH are probably a little bit uncomfy with. It's this Hilda pickup on Ogwin. Massive effect on the rotations for JP and Sanji.
Yeah, good picks here happening for Team Falcons. Good space control around the map too. This is one of the things that they can go ahead and work with right now for Carl Teasy specifically. Oh, up top, Teddy. Teddy wanted to be the focus. He gets out with the BMI. So he's safe for now. Now Team Falcons, this is the first time in this series that they've had this kind of lead. Let's see if they can maintain it across the board. Let's look at the items falling into place.
Yeah, Radiant there for Fredrin and a Hilda. So the damage and pokes coming out of Cartesi's Harley that just got the Genius one. 5 minutes and 40 seconds later, Super Marco will be able to get the tower up top. What a turnaround for Falcons after all of the ish that they had to go through this series.
Yeah.
To see them now with a perfect lead so far, let's just respect the fact that the first turtle went to Carl.
Yep.
But they got the gold, and it's looking good for the Falcons.
This is exactly what they needed throughout the series. They got to maintain this though. They've got to maintain the lead. We've seen TL before, play this way, and that's why the second turtle there was no contest. Carl Teasy decided to be on the opposite end of the map. We might even see them potentially give up the third and just prepare for the first Lord, as Super Marco will knock down another turret down bot.
Side to side. And Flap needs to hold strong here, but it's only one siege minion. They are going to go for the cut. They're not going to get that. Turtle 3 will be very determinant for the result of the series. The entry there by Flap. Kyle with the toss. He's immune. He jumps forward. JP able to get away with the Glorious Pathway with the real world manipulation. Takes down the high loss. Kyle and Flap now trying to go after Sanford while he's trying to hold on. He jumps up in the air. Dark Wave. He's buying time. He's dealing damage, but it's just too much.
And this is the case that we're talking about with the lineup that Team Falcons have. They're able to go ahead and set up around the box of Haji, the real world manipulation, and just come out swinging. And there's no way for Team Liquid to fight against it currently. They're too far behind up to this point. The last turtle goes in the hands of Team Falcons.
Kyle, Haji, and Ogwin have controlled the center perfectly, Naisu and Leo. How they've been able to just stop the aggressive maneuvers. JP and Sanji were happy with this juice into the high loss pick, but they were probably thinking about it also from a sense of a counter perspective. How do we counter this Hilda, the aggressive rotations? There's just so much peel right now for Haji's Eve and for Super Marco's carry. It's a strong front by Falcons.
Which is allowing them to make smarter decisions in the times that it matters. Because in the first couple of games, by this point, they were already down 5K. Now it's the other way around. So I think Falcons just need a little bit of space, a little bit of time to out-mechanic and out-maneuver Liquid. And now look, they're threatening the purple. In comes Kyle. Ogwin up to the front, and the retribution is good. Kyle takes it.
Taking resources away. Continue to put pressure like TL has done against Team Falcons in the previous 2 games. This is exactly how they have to play it. Team Falcons, with this kind of advantage, you should be able to go ahead and secure that first Lord. You should be able to go ahead and start marching towards the base of Team Liquid here. Now for TL, they try to make things happen in the mid.
Oh, JP already used the Glorious Pathway. RWM, they trap Stanford, looking for more damage. Today comes in, but Marco's been pushing up top. And Sanji with the Crimson Beacon takes down Flap. That's 1 down, 4 Falcons, and now Liquid 1 more. Kyle dashing back, Carl Deasy wants him, and Stanford finds him. Make that a 2 for 1, a 2 for 2, and today takes down Marco. Haji will not survive this. 3 for 4, a bloodbath as Haji takes down Tede.
How does Team Falcons lose 4 in that fight?
Well, it was 5v4. They didn't have their gold laner as Super Marco was playing the Super Macro instead. Still, Falcons was able to walk away with it with some kills. It was crucial that Haji was able to take down Teddy, because if that Claude stood standing, then they would have been able to break the tower in mid. Still, I like that we're seeing fight from Team Liquid Philippines. It was awkward, but they realized the carry isn't here. Without them, they're lacking damage, and they decided to be aggro. Carl and Teddy, perfect. Look, onto Kyle. Sanford, also, great entry with the flicker forward.
Yeah, and Super Marco just not being there for that fight, gave that little bit of advantage in the timing for TL to win that. So Lord is up. Team Falcons, despite losing some 3,000 gold, they'll fight for it.
Majority of them have no flickers.
Yeah.
So this is very weird for Falcons to take. They are flipping the coin right now. Lord at a fifth of its health gets reset.
Carl TZ is 1 level ahead of Kyle. His threshold just a little bit better.
Nope. And there's the IWM answered by a glorious pathway. Sanji, Crimson Beacon back, and Flap is just doing his darndest. As Super Marco wails away at 40. He gets them. Massive Appraiser's Rat sends Carl TZ and Teddy back.
That keeps them in check. Lord is going to reset. Team Falcons did lose Flap in the exchange, but it's both XP laners that go down. So now we go for the reset. It's going to be a 4v4 for this Lord. It's sitting at half health here with Kyle in control.
Down to an 8th, and that is Marco down very low. JP gets taken down. Ogwin controlling the perimeter, and Kyle secures Retribution in check.
Super Marco dashed forward just to add that little bit of extra security that Liquid wouldn't be able to get close. And since they saw the carry was standing right in front of them, Carl TZ and Teddy, I believe it was also Saji as well, just decided, yeah, let's just go ahead and give that.
Yeah, they're better off just defending on this one. Again, they're not massively behind or anything like that, so Team Falcons still got to respect this base push with this Lord. They will take down the tier 1 in the mid lane, working on the tier 2 next. They've got everything they need.
Oh, there we go.
Super Marco is locked and loaded, and that is also Haji locking in his Trinity.
So, total control time actually in this game is still almost double for Team Liquid Philippines, around 44 to closer to 29 for Falcons, 28.5 seconds. But you see here the effect, the lead in damage. Liquid has dealt almost 60,000 damage more.
Ogwin just took a face full of everything. Deadly magics and all.
Oh, man.
Keeping Carl TZ at bay. And that'll stop Liquid from defending with their full force up top. RWM by Haji. Compromising Sanji from the flank here. Sanji just looking to clear the waves and knock up. Haji's not going anywhere. As long as the RWM is up, and they do defend successfully.
Carl's still there too. He knows he can win this fight against a Hilda.
Yeah.
He's got his ult back up, but he just wanted to go ahead and push into that turret.
Falcons also full committed on the tower up top, not being able to get a push in despite them having the minion wave for the turret in the mid lane. So maybe that's a little bit of an off decision there for Falcons. While Liquid, they played the map really well there. Carl TZ knew that he could continue marking and keeping Ogwin from even joining them. So again, the proactivity of Liquid has been a theme for this series, and it shows even with them behind for the first time in this best of 7.
Yeah, this is, like I said, for Team Falcons to go ahead and cap out this win here. They're going to go ahead and focus down this tier 2 bottom side. They'll be able to get this converted. Carl TZ has just been pushing on the opposite end of the map, and that's exactly what you're going to expect with the mobility that the Harley provides for this.
So Falcons have taken care of the lower part of the map unfettered with impunity, and they'll continue to take control. This Lord coming up next. The long lane is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Right, this purple here.
I think
Down.
Carl secured. Yep, Carl's good.
Carl's got it.
Kyle even committed the retry there to try and steal it away. It would be important to deal with this Harley. So Falcons have to be careful. Good chance of a Team Liquid Philippines turnaround with how they've been fighting through Teddy, through Sanji. And the surprise turnaround and re-entry. Call it the re-engage, coming in from the Phobius of Sanford.
I love what they're doing though. Just Super Marco's buffed out of his mind. He's got all the items he needs. You know, he's working on that very last one, but he's double buffed up. This is perfect territory for Super Marco to make moves around this Lord take.
He's gonna start hitting home runs like Barry Bonds. I think I just showed my age there, but I don't care.
Dude, hockey's amazing.
Yeah, I love football.
Whoa!
All right.
Falcons with the Dons. Flap takes a good amount of hits from Tede.
Keep an eye on Super Marco. He's so pivotal for this.
Ogren flushes out the LBM, and there is JP and Sanji in there pushing them out. The Lord still standing, gets reset.
If Marco falls, the rest of Falcons fall with him. Unless it's some insane heroics through Kyle, Haji, working together, maximizing taunts, Appraiser's Wrath, and of course the pokes for Eve. Void Blasts are going to start deleting members of Liquid as well. It's already a trinity of core items for Haji up to the Spine Glaive.
Sanji's aware of what's in the LBM. Falcons move out their pieces. Haji and Ogren out. Lord here at a third of its health. JP and Sanji know how dire this is. Ogren and Flap holding their ground. In comes the Glorious Pathway. RWF coming through. Pop easy with the steal.
Sanji.
And here comes the Stampede as Sanji runs through him. Marco takes out JP. Kyle goes in as well. Sanford goes down. And now Tede's going to be up next as he BMIs through. 2 kills for the Lord.
They don't get the Lord, but that was a terrific response by Falcons in what could have been a big Liquid win. As Sanji Crimson Beacon forward and used the sprint to be way more difficult to take down Marco.
Daisy gets taken down by the Bulletproof.
Oh man, Super Marco, we said he's going to be pivotal for this win for Team Falcons. Well, that is a huge kill for momentum for Team Falcons to deal with this Lord.
Leo, Marco read that, man. Marco knew that's where Carl wanted to go.
He was using the orange as bait. He knows what the GOAT wants.
Oh, that just deals with that Lord easy peasy for Team Falcons.
We may have just witnessed the awakening of bloodthirsty Marco. It's like we're back in Saudi. It's like we're back in Rizal. Falcons are alive. The Glorious Pathway answered by the RWM. Once again, the knock-up on the Kyle. No push is going to happen yet while, excuse me, Ogren's taking care of top lane. There was a slow push by Liquid.
Yeah, it was a massive minion wave that needed to be answered because Falcons cannot give up that tower up top because Liquid have been holding and defending their base turrets with every inch of their life. And with those base turrets is hope for Liquid because they've been handling macro really well. Again, Falcons play around the box. And with a Harley, good chance that you can open up the map through split pushes, similar to Teddy, which is why the Claude is now getting protected by the San duo as he opens up the map. JP even shadowing multiple units ahead of the others just to mark rotations of Falcons. Now who seek to invade the purple of Liquid.
Go for the purple here, it's going to come down to it. Retribution's used. Carl Thies will be able to get his purple.
No.
So it's Team Falcons playing around the objective, playing around the fact that they've got this ability to go ahead and clump up together, put pressure where they want to. It's also part of a bit of a cat and mouse game, honestly. Like, depending on where Carl Thies going on the Harley, you might be able to go ahead and catch him, you might not, but it's also control. Like, can we control not getting pushed in on cross-map play with this Lord coming up here? At least it's on that top side for Team Falcons where they can center around it. They also don't have to worry about that side lane push.
You know, here's the difference maker. Teddy now has the Winter Crown, which should be deadlier for Haji and Super Marco. But let's see. Haji, he also has his Winter Crown. So it should cancel each other out and they should be okay. Haji's positioning, has been terrific, by the way. And the man marking for Falcons to actually protect whoever tries to go after Marco and Haji has been sublime.
Yeah, that protection, the peel that they can provide for Haji, for Marco, has been another major thing. Ooh. This Lord is going to be a big one. PH has their eyes set on it. They rotate up here. They'll go ahead and show face, but this is most likely just going to be delayed out for now. Wind of Nature being picked up, swamped in. Super Marco's got that. He's going to go in for this potential.
Excuse me, the Lord is very low. 16th of its health coming in. Kyle with a retribution. Immortality bump to JP. Glorious Pathway already used up. And Winter Crown combo coming through for Tede. RWM by Haji. He knows that the core on the other side is already used up. And double kill for Bulletproof. Down goes 40.
Oh.
And Super Marco gets the Immortality bump. Open. Find Tede. 3 for 1 plus the Lord. Falcons are soaring in. Carl Thies finds Marco.
It's not endable just yet, but maybe the minion waves are big enough. Maybe Haji and Flap have enough damage in them to try and end it here.
No turrets left in mid. Lord could crash into the base. Sanji with the bait, with the kite to the side. Carl Thies and Sanji defending. They're getting away with it. Minions have already spawned.
They got the minions out. Sanji's gonna go down though.
Ogwin with the execution. Lord gets taken care of. The base turret down bottom is down. Falcons are slowing it down.
Carl TZ with the pickoff onto Marco. His immortality was popped, but Carl committed to the play to take down the carry, which is why, despite Falcons getting the Lord, they still can't end, and Carl still got his own purple buff.
Oh man, we got to take a look at the replay here. This fight broke out. It was all centered around this Lord. JP goes down really quickly, but centered together, Team Falcons are susceptible to the Blazing Duet, the beacon from Sanji, Sanford setting things through. This could have gone way worse. A whole lot of immortalities were popped here in this fight. And yes, as you mentioned, the fact that Super Marco was there but then gets taken out by Carl TZ was the reason why TL is still in this game.
Yeah. Ogwin, also massive pick onto Teddy. Deathless is the Hilda. It's the roamer that hasn't gone down yet for Falcons. 2-0 and 12.
That's ridiculous. He's not even carrying a... is he? No, there's no casual Fury Hammer.
Nope.
It's a full tank Hilda.
Full tag. He knows he has it in his kit already to be a big nuisance to Teddy. With Teddy committing a Winter Crown, I think Ogwin's just man-marking the Claude over and over again, while Flap, Kyle, and Ogwin are like... Flap and Kyle are the main tanks for Haji and Marco, the main source of peel for the two backliners. Haji's timings of the real-world manipulation have been great. The people probably thinking he could have used that sooner, but no, he was also looking for the Blazing Duet. He used it when he saw the threat of that was gone, because now there's a good chance Liquid are playing into a RWM that favors Falcons.
Deadly Magic thrown out on Haji. So Team Falcons bringing this Lord here. It is an evolved one. They'll go ahead and bit of a reset. Sanford waiting patiently up in the brush. They're still going to go back and forth for this. Keep an eye on Ogwin. He's been a nuisance to Team Liquid. Makes his way for it. Quarter health on this Lord here.
Now an 8th, a 10th RWM. Flap with the preemptive use of it, and Kyle secures JP. Very low Blazing Duet coming through. Same spot. Consistency
Marco.
from Teddy. Marco in the middle of 3. Magic goes down, and Winter Crown out of Sanford. Marco still lives. Dark Wave, and in comes the rest of them. Open is picking dudes off left and right. Now Marco still lives. Marco versus Teddy. And Marco and Teddy trade 3 for 2. Carl TZ getting hunted down. The Master wants him. The Master needs him. Forcing him into the base. And there's still a wave down bottom. In comes Ogwin and the Lord.
The Lord is walking with Team Falcons. They'll work on the base, and they found flight.
It's just Carl left. He gets popped, and Falcons on the board.